We talked to you last week about how last week's performance was so uncharacteristic of what your team did. Can you talk about how you played tonight, especially defensively, them kind of setting the tone for you early?
Well, I'll just start with complimentary football. I mean, it's a tremendously long year. This was a distinct challenge. I mean, it was a great challenge that was right on time for us, especially after our experience last week. So, it's really a true definition of complimentary football. I mean, the defense, with the takeaways and the point generation, I thought special teams, played well, and we had the one big play there. In offense, I thought we moved the ball very well. So, I mean, time of possession, keeping your defense fresh. Obviously, you always want to score every time you have the ball, but I think this formula makes us a strong football team.
Clarence, 4-Star Telegram. Can you just talk about the fake extra point and then where did that come from and why at that time?
Well, I mean, just got to give John a ton of credit. I mean, it's something I think he brought it to me Tuesday night, and just something we saw on film. So we repped it all week, and we had to check on it. So we got the look, and it was just like anything in this game, the players did a great job preparing, and it was very well executed. So we just felt that it was something we may have a chance to take advantage of.
And one quick follow-up: the 6-yard field goal you attempted. You want just talk about that. I mean, that would have been an NFL record. I know you want to see what Brandon could do there.
Yeah, definitely. No, I mean, and I've seen him kick it, deep in the high 60s. So I would love to give him that opportunity, right before the half.
Mike, DaRon Bland has 8 interceptions since he entered the league, scored for the second time already this season. What makes him the unique kind of playmaker, ball hawk you're looking for?
Well, I mean, you can see right away. I mean, just an extremely disciplined young man, when he was given his first opportunity. So, I mean, his ability to play inside and outside, excellent ball skills, which the whole back end is, as a group is, I don't know if I've seen so many guys that can hawk the ball. But yeah, I mean, it's just great to see your young players, have that success, especially when you know how much they put into it. So, I thought he played phenomenal today.
Anybody else?
Go ahead.
The defensive touchdown, just getting I mean, obviously you look your 3 wins are one at 13, but your defense, it's only on your 3 wins. They've just been so dominant.
Yeah, definitely. We want to get started, on offense, but the defense really, really set the table, with the takeaways and the field position. And that's just, I mean, weeks 1 and 2 is, the performance was very similar. So I thought our defense got right back on track this week.
The red zone offense was a point of emphasis this week. If there's one area you didn't execute all that well in today, that was probably it. What are your thoughts on where you go from here on that?
Well, I mean, you just got to keep working. I mean, this is a good place to be when you win, by a significant, margin of victory, and you feel like you have a lot of work to do. So I like where we are.
Coach, Nick Eatman, DallasCowboys.com. You talk about the second-year jump a lot. Is Jake Ferguson making that here these last few weeks, and what is he doing that's kind of standing out to you?
Yeah, definitely. I think Jake has just really been given an opportunity to be a complete tight end. I mean, the run, the protection, and the passing game. So he's always had a knack for yards after the catch. And I just think, you're seeing a guy that's paid the price. He's got his weight up, from year 1 to year 2, and he needs to maintain that and keep it because, I mean, the tight end position, they do a lot of heavy lifting. I mean, they don't, they're asked to, get in there and compete in the C gap and the D gap area. And also we're asking more of those guys in protection, as far as assignments there. And, in the passing game is, he has a really good feel for man zone. Understanding, very, very bright football, very, very instinctive football player.
Understand you weren't looking ahead to your next opponent until now, but having this performance going into that game, was it important to kind of reestablish and wipe away what happened in Arizona going into that game?
Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, it's, I don't look at it that way. I mean, it was important for us to win the game today. I mean, that's really when you start the week's work. I mean, we've talked about this in the press conferences. You know, they came in and we cleaned it up on Monday, and it'll be no different tomorrow. You know, just because we won the game, the correction process is exactly the same. You know, we need to learn from. There's some things that happened in this game that we can definitely learn from. You know, I know especially on offense with all the empty pressure that we saw. So it's important for us to, you know, take this experience and grow with it and apply it. Because, yeah, we clearly understand who's next. But tomorrow is, you know, self-scout, clean up, and make sure we got our house clean.
Two things. You talk about Dak's efficiency today.
Yeah, I think he's in total command of the offense. You know, I thought he did a really good job taking what they gave him. You know, he got a lot of different looks there. They were extremely high in disguise, and that held true today. So I love the way I love his patience today. We had a couple situations. You know, we had the one protection situation that, you know, he did a good job just protecting the ball. So I mean, just you know, sometimes, you know, when there's a mistake, you know, just don't make two. I thought he did a great job managing the game today.
Secondly, there was so much talk about Zeke's return. And I know your players were talking about it a lot, and you like how they handled it. They didn't, you know, obviously they showed respect for him, and you know, I don't know what you think of what he did today, but how they handled it and not let it overtake their game.
I thought it was awesome, and frankly, that's the way it should be. Why can't we not respect, you know, people before us? What he meant to the organization. I thought the tribute was outstanding. It was great to see him afterwards. But everybody understands when a ball's kicked off, it's a football game, and I'm sure it was no different for him. But it's about respect, because at the end of the day, that's all we all really want. You know, so this is a hard business. It's difficult to be successful. So I was very proud of the organization, because, you know, he deserves to be recognized. So I thought that part of it was a home run.
Like, one of the unique qualities of this team the last 3 years is winning after a loss. You're 9-1 the last 3 years after a loss. What is it about your coaching methods and the kind of players you have that allows you to respond so consistently?
Well, I just think you have to point to the locker room first. We have a lot of leadership here. I've been impressed with that, especially the last 2 years. So I think we're on the same page of, you know, the process of how we operate. You know, I kind of, you know, the pandemic was an odd year, but, you know, this is 3 years of a program, and you know, there's things that we're always going to have experience with. It's just that every game's different because of the ebb and flow of it. So I think our guys do a really good job of not getting too high, not getting too low, and I think that serves you very well over a 17-game season. So, but at the end of the day, this is a players' game. You know, I think our players came to work. We had a good week of preparation. It's nice to see them rewarded with a good victory. But you know, like I said earlier, we'll get in there cleaning up tomorrow and pay it forward. And you know, we're excited about the next one.
This is like your 9th or 10th straight win at home. You talk about how important it is establishing at home.
I mean, you have to win at home. I mean, as long as I've been in this league, you know, I go back to the early '90s in Arrowhead, and just no different here at AT&T. You know, you have to win your home games. You know, and you got to take advantage of this phenomenal crowd, this incredible atmosphere. I mean, it's the same way on the road too. So just, you know, we're very, very blessed to have a tremendous fan base. But you got to win your home games. I mean, you look at all the playoff teams, and the numbers, you know, tell the story. So it's about protecting your own house.
Off the top of your head, do you ever remember going into week 5 of a season with a cornerback being tied with your starting running back for most touchdowns scored?
That's a good thing, isn't it? I don't know, for the defense. But yeah, no, I think it's, you know, we've led the league the last 2 years in takeaways. So I mean, it's no surprise for us, you know, as far as how our guys play. So, but you know, I think it's great to compete against those guys. They make the offense better. But you know, it's like I said, we still have work to do.
All righty, thank you, Mike.
All right, thank you.